When Jurassic Park fell in 1993, it left behind a whole host of horror and mysteries, such as whatever happened to the security recordings, the footage, the other personnel which were on the island. They've been completely forgotten in time, so today we're going to be exploring the found VHS horror tapes of Jurassic Park. These tapes are quite creepy and they're done in the style of analog horror. Now, analog horror is done in low graphics, cryptic message, and visual styles reminiscent of the late 20th century, and fits perfectly with the theme of the 1993 Jurassic Park. Now, I've got so many to show you, but let's start off with one of the most popular one, and it is InGen's hostile dinosaur safety video. It starts out like you'd expect a Jurassic Park safety video on how to handle dinosaurs, but soon descends into some type of cryptic message showing all kinds of horror. At one point, there's even a flashing image of the deceased Robert Muldoon. It makes everything so chilling, genuine and authentic. It then abruptly ends and says viewing of this tape is prohibited and must be discarded. We can only assume that InGen want to keep this out of the limelight. Now, everyone should remember the 1997 San Diego incident where a T-Rex went onto the mainland and caused absolute destruction. But what is very interesting and suspicious is that there are no known tapes, despite several members of the public actually seeing this. Well, I found some of them tapes and I'm going to play them for you right now. This is the home footage of a resident who's seen the T-Rex in their own back garden. They pick up their camera to record but are noticed by the T-Rex, and then the footage ends abruptly. Nothing is known about the person who took this footage or whether they're still alive. Now, on the very same recovered camera, it also shows them visiting the original Jurassic Park in 1993. Very little is known about this footage and how they were even there, but it does show the breakout of the dinosaurs. There was also some recovered footage from a worker back on Isla Sorna. Now check this out. Very little is known about that worker, whether he survived or what even dinosaur that was on Isla Sorna. This next tape was recovered directly from Isla Nublar in 1987. Now, this tape actually shows us that dinosaurs did escape prior to 1993 as well. And as the tape continues, it gets more and more horrific with more deaths involved. What is interesting is that a voice says they are faster than you, Robert, so keep running.
They are faster than you, Robert. So start running.
Implying someone knew the velociraptors escaped in 1993 and did nothing to help. But that is not the end of the video. Keep watching. This next tape was taken directly from InGen's database and is top secret. Very little is known about the person on the recording apart from they were a scientist working on the Spinosaurus. But the Spinosaurus seems to get loose. Have a listen.
Hello? Is anybody there? It's dark outside and it smells me.
Chased. By who?
It was very tall. It had a long snout and a very big fin of a sort on its back. It looked like a very big crocodile.
Now, it is presumed that the Spinosaurus was juvenile at this stage but was still hunting down that scientist, and it just gets more and more horrific as time goes on.
I guess your history.
What does that mean?
We'll remember you, don't worry.
Henry, this isn't funny. Please help.
We can only assume that the scientist perished on Isla Sorna and was one of many. How many more horrific incidents has InGen covered up? This next tape is actual direct footage from a security camera on Isla Sorna, showing that there was a velociraptor escape prior to the hurricane in 1993. These were ripped directly from the security footage before InGen deleted all the files.
Velociraptors have been located in the south lowlands of Sector 29P. All of Sector 29 is advised to take shelter.
It's telling the staff that the velociraptors have escaped and how to defend themselves. InGen reported that several people died in the storm, but never once did they report that they died due to an animal attack, aka the velociraptors. This next one is an actual InGen victims report and was never shared. Take a look. It's showing us casualties in Jurassic Park. These were never released or shared to anybody outside of InGen and had a huge cover-up operation. Presumably this is showing velociraptor attacks and the company had paid off the families to stay quiet. This report shows that Isla Nublar actually took visitors prior to 1993 and during the hurricane actually transported them off. They say that all visitors were accounted for but 2 were actually missing, and these are some of the photos and documents taken from that incident. Take a look. As you see, the last taken photo was of a velociraptor. How this velociraptor was out before the power went out is unknown. This next tape, I'm assuming, is a very distorted version of the report on the child incident before Jurassic Park. Take a look.
We're about to discover the incident that has occurred at Bayou Anasco Village Hospital, which led to the death of a newborn infant.
The incident was never reported as an animal attack because the midwife actually put it down as something else. Again, another cover-up by InGen. Now this next one is a test of lighting and has been recorded as such. It shows the tests in order. Test 1, they test the lights, look at the window, etc. But as it comes to the end of the tests, there are no labels, and what could only be described as a velociraptor is in the back of one of these windows. When the test is concluded, they put up an image of a man in loving memory, indicating the fact that this man perished on the job. Again, another indication that InGen is hiding more and more information from us. The next piece of footage is taken from what can only be described as an operative going into Jurassic Park sometime after 1993. They were sent in to find Dennis Nedry and anyone remaining on the island. As they start exploring the jungle, they're hearing more and more strange noises, strange hooting sounds. They eventually come across the jeep of Dennis Nedry and something else. Again, all these reports were never shared with the public or even documented.
Sir, we found Dennis and then something attacked us. It attacked all of our men. We need backup him. Well, what the hell is that?
Discard this tape, discard this tape, discard this tape.
We all know the dirty dealings of InGen and how they tried to save their own hides. How it eventually filters into Masrani Global and then into Biocen Genetics. These tapes are just testament to the fact that they've been hiding all this from us and show a true horror scene. Now this next section isn't part of the main narrative, but there was nowhere else to really put it, so I want to mention it now. All these videos were created by various content creators and they've done an absolute fantastic job. All of the links are in the description. There's a huge scene for the analog horror videos for Jurassic Park and a huge playlist, so I recommend checking it out. Please go and check out their channels. They've done a fantastic job. I obviously use these videos to make my own story and my own type of analog horror video and lore, and I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe and check out all my other Jurassic Park horror videos on the channel. This isn't my usual type of content, so if you did enjoy it, please let me know in the comments and I will make more. As always, a massive thanks to my YouTube members and Patreons. I'm Shadows, and I'll see you in the next Jurassic Park horror video. Bye bye.